I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video where I take a Garmin SatNav and convert it into a dual dash cam setup. For everyone who will know that SatNav is a useful tool, I'd like to reassure you that this is my TomTom SatNav. This has been daily use, well, not daily use, but if I ever need a SatNav, this is the one I go to. It's the most modern one I've got. The clips on the back and sound activated, quite a good bit of kit. So that won't be getting touched. Now, ideally, I would love to use this old Via Michelin SatNav and tear this one apart. But unfortunately, it's so old school, it's not got the correct space for requirements for what I need, and it's not going to be sufficient for this job. So I do, however, have Garmin SatNav, like you guys would have read on my title video, and plenty of space on the back there. It's got a speaker in it, but I won't be needing any of that, and that is going to be changed into a dual cam dash cam setup. And the reason why I'm doing this is because, yes, I know I could go out and buy a dual dash cam setup, and I do, however, have a dual dash cam setup sitting here on my bench, and but the ones you find on eBay, they're normally a screen. They're normally a screen just like that with two cameras and a camera in the back, or they're like this one where it's an extension to your rear view mirror. And they've got the little camera on the back with the clips there just to put it on your rear view mirror, and it makes your rear view mirror bigger, and then you just, in the top there, you will plug the power supply in, plug the rear view camera in, and then your memory card goes in there with all the buttons at the bottom. And this camera actually moves, because when you put your mirror into view, you may not be able to position this in the right place, so that's why that moves as well. Now, this is good. This plan of what I'm doing here is going to go into the Berlingo. So my Berlingo doesn't have any rear windows. It did come to me with a rear view mirror, but I've removed it because I was getting quite annoyed with myself for looking in the rear view mirror and just having a good look at my back doors, which now is just a panel because I've got a board up behind my front seats. So a rear view mirror in my van is not something I want, not something I need, and so based on that, I want dual dash cam set up in it, but I don't need that. I do, however, have the camera that comes with it. This has got a fixed bracket camera on it, little 5-volt camera. That is going to be going in the back of the van, but I don't like that bracket. So I have got this camera, and some were saying maybe just use that one instead, but unfortunately this is a 12-volt camera. How I know that is it came off of a different system, which was a car radio system, which was all 12 volts. But the brackets and the actual camera module is exactly the same. So I'm going to use this bracket, which is twistable and adjustable, and that's the bracket I'm going to use for the camera I put on the back. That is all going to be wired up to this lead. Yes, these leads are not long enough, so they are going to be extended, so they reach from the front of the vehicle to the back of the vehicle. And we'll get set to and doing this then. So I'll yeah, we'll get set to crack. What we're going to do is we're going to tear this one apart first, because we're going to gut all the insides out, and then we'll come to tearing this one apart. And then what I might do, if we're running short on time, I'll possibly do a part two where I show you guys what I actually get up to and how I'm going to put these parts into this and make this into a dual cam setup. So without further ado, we'll start taking the Garmin SatNav apart. Just get an angle grinder just like this, and we'll cut it open, shall we? Yeah? Right, listen here and listen good. I'm editing this video and I'm not going to have no funny business. Put the angle grinder away and get a more appropriate tool out. So I'm not allowed to use the grinder. Okay then, if I'm not allowed to use the grinder then, Harrison, how about I use the hammer and smash it open? Sorry about this nonsense, YouTube viewers, but does he really seem to think that a hammer is a more suitable tool than to open a sat-nav? Really? Come on, get a grip. Don't use a hammer. Still not allowed to use a hammer. Okay then. Right, where are we? How about I use an even bigger hammer and smash it open like that, and just smash it open even more? Now you're really taking the mickey. Get a grip. Come on. I said I don't want you to use a hammer to open a bloody sat-nav. So you end up getting a bigger hammer. I'm sitting here editing and all I'm seeing is you being an idiot. Find them screwdrivers out that I made you look for hours for, because you're an idiot and you never remember where you put anything and always having things misplaced. Get them screwdrivers, take it apart properly and give the YouTube viewers what they've come here to see. You taking a sat-nav apart, not you being an idiot. No? Okay, I'm not allowed any fun. Sorry Harrison, I won't do that. What I'll do then is I will get my screwdrivers, which I have spent many hours looking through many toolboxes to find these screwdrivers. I have got my multimeter. I don't know if I'm going to need it, but we'll see. And I've got another little set of mini screwdrivers as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lower this tripod down so you'll no longer be able to see me. But what you will be able to see is a clearer image of what I'm doing. So guys, I've come across my first problem. Testing the Garmin sat-nav out. It works. Well, I say it works. I know it doesn't work. It loads up, but it doesn't find satellite signal. So I know it doesn't work. But that's not a problem. We don't need this one to work. So we'll just turn that back off. This one, however, we do need it to work. If I run this, which is a normal 2 point, using all four things, it comes down to, 1 second, this comes down to a, if 4 are used, it goes down, drops down to 1.2 amps. If 1 or 2 are used, it will be 2.4 amps. So yeah, it's 2.4 amps, providing you only plug one USB socket into it. So this is going to have 2.4 amps worth of USB, which is more than sufficient enough to power this. Because this should technically run on a 1 amp cigarette lighter type auxiliary power socket in a car. But if I try and switch this on, don't know if you can see that. Do it again. That's all we're getting when it comes to trying switching on. So there's clearly some sort of issue with it. I think I know what the issue is. So, considering this did work, I'm not too worried about that issue, because I believe I know for a fact what that is. And these things have, let me shut that up. These things have a dedicated battery in them. So like with the sat-nav, I was able to turn it on without a lead. I'm completely unable to turn this on without a lead. So what I'm reckoning is the internal battery on this is completely knackered. So we'll tear them apart anyway. We're not completely out from this project at the moment. We'll tear them apart, and I may be able to use the battery on that because that's clearly still working. So what we'll do is we will get the, like I said a little while ago, we'll get the sat-nav one apart first, and that will be, I believe it's a little T5. We will pop these screws into here because we will still possibly need these screws. So keep all the screws safe. Just at a 4, I wonder if my other thingy's there. 1 minute. Ah, that's what we need. I need that one as well, because this is my phone repair toolkit. And in here is a little, what I call a guitar pick, but it's a bit too thick to be a guitar pick, but it's ideal for pulling apart plastic trims. So we've got 3 out, we're on to number 4. So my plan is to get this open. Let me just pop some more light on. That's better. So that should now, I have got all screws out. What's going on here? This is unscripted, by the way, guys. Well, this bit is anyway. So I haven't had any of these apart. I'm just basing it on hopeful luck and judgment. Okay, so that's that. So right guys, here we have the screen, the circuit board, battery and the speaker. That battery is a 3.7 volt rechargeable lithium ion battery. So we may be reusing that because that sits nicely in there. I'm just going to undo that, get out of the way for the moment. And then we've got more screws in here. These are T5s as well. Need all this out the way. Don't need any of these circuits, but I will keep all the screws. Let's push those ones over here for now because they're the case ones. Right, so there's that. I'm just going to unplug this battery for now because this is giving us a nice little plug. And that should just, I'm not going to worry about breaking that speaker because I'm not going to need it. So that's the circuit board. That's pretty much it to a sat nav along with the screen. I think a flat-headed screwdriver, tiny flat-headed screwdriver. Let me just get this little piece, this one out. Like I said, tiny little speaker. I'm not going to need that for anything, so that'll go in the bin. But that gives me a bit more space to play with. Like I said, there's that battery, 3.7 volts. Hopefully I can incorporate that into there. And then what we'll do is we'll just pop these clips back on here. Some little clips all the way around. That should then allow that screen to push straight out. And there's the touch screen. This may get incorporated into something else. I don't know yet. But we'll see. Because there's a friend of mine on YouTube as well called Hannah. She's a lot more technical with electronics than I am. But that's why I'm having a go at this. Because I used to be big on electrics. But not anymore. So now we'll pull this one apart. So first of all, we can get these clips off. They're not going to be needed. I was going to do some recording footage on this and then try and insert this into the thingy so you guys could see it working. But as you saw, that was the first problem we had, but that's fine. Oh, there's a memory card still in here. I will reuse this, whatever it is, if it's like 32 gig micro SDHC. Definitely reusing that. Definitely going to reuse that one. So I'll keep that one safe. What was in this one? Right, we've got Phillips head screws in this. So if I use my little phone tool here again and get myself a tiny little Phillips head screw. There's literally one just there and one just there. Just pull that camera down a bit. So there's one just there and one just there. I will, however, keep these screws as well, but I don't see me needing these for anything. So pop them into that little tray there as well, because I've got that handy little tray there. Just there. Now this, there's no other screws, so I would imagine it's a case of popping around the edges. Start down here, he says. Oh, lovely, nice and easy. Ah, that didn't sound good. Oh, it's fine, I think. Yeah, it's fine. So there's the, and all that massive space, and I've seen the problem straight away, all that massive space for a screen that size. So this is what I mean, we've got all this spare open space. I could literally just chop this off, put half of it back on, and there's my dash cam. But I'm going to be a bit neater than that, I think. So, has anyone spotted the problem? I'll point it out to you. Look how puffy that internal battery is. That's clearly given up. That, as I thought, the internal battery was the problem. So how does this screen come out? I've just got a couple of clips there. It's got a bit of double-sided there. So, oh, I need them buttons. Just give that a little bit of a... Yep. And then I'll go just under there as well. He says. That's the joys of these triangle things. They're not too rough, but then sometimes they can be a bit of a pain in the arse to get the results you need. This is just double-sided, I'm sure of it. Oh no. No, 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 no. I think I've saved it. No, maybe not. How on earth does this come out? Right. That was well and truly stuck in there. Hopefully I haven't bust the screen. That would be game over if I had. I think I've saved it. Doesn't look damaged in any way. Only time will tell, guys. I might. So this has still got its ribbon attached, as you can see. Again, this has got a little speaker. I'm not too fussed about the little speaker, but let's just disconnect this screen for now. Get rid of that sticky back. I don't want that on there. Horrible stuff. Right, so we've got 3 screws there for the camera. We're on another ribbon just here. We've got the circuit board up the top here, switches at the bottom. Let's get these screws out and get this bit done. Put them up there because I might need them later. So there's that. So we've got the internals there with the circuit board and the speaker. Leave all that connected. Let's just pop this battery off. See if this has got any writing of any. Yeah. There's no voltage markings on that whatsoever. It says it here. 3.3 volts just inside, just there where my screwdriver's pointing to, but I don't know if I'll be able to get the camera to focus. See if I can get it close up and then hit on the screen. See, 3.3 volts. So I need a 3.3 volt battery, which, looking at this one, is 3.7. Focus camera. 3.7. Now I'm going to try it because it might be alright, but we'll see. I'm not sure. So that's the internals anyway. That's the workings. We need to keep those bits safe, and I need to see if I can find another battery from somewhere. Pop them over there for now. Now let's get the camera out, because I'll keep those buttons safe for now as well. Don't need the screen bit. Let's get this camera out. Put all these screws in here. Never know where the screws might be needed. Never throw any screws away until a project is completed. So, that's the rear cap. That's the camera. That's quite a deep camera actually, so might struggle with that. We'll see. We'll see how things go. So that's the camera bit. But if I now get rid of that, because that bit's not needed, I will now get the front panel for the Garmin SatNav, the new screen from the dashcam setup, and the idea behind it is to pop that in there. You can see in theory it will fit, but there is a few little lugs. Oh, I don't know actually. Oh, wow. You know what, if I'm careful, it's as though it was made to fit. You couldn't write this if we tried, eh? Yeah, so let's push that down like that. That's that. Wow, look at that, guys. That is fantastic news. That is the old Garmin SatNav with the dual dash cam screen installed. Absolutely perfectly behind all the clips and everything. And just to prove a point, look, you can see this is the dash cam, the SatNav one, and this is the circuit board. This was in that one side like so. Put it on there. This was in like that with the ribbon in there, like that. So it's definitely not the SatNav screen. I've not got them confused, because this is the ribbon cable for, yeah, wow. I'm impressed with that. I couldn't have asked for anything better if I may say so myself. Wow. Okay then. So obviously we've lost the touchscreen, but that doesn't matter. I've got what I need. So where do we go from here? Right, so my intentions is to get these electronics in here somehow. Now with the screen fitting so perfectly in there, I'm probably going to have these buttons slightly on the outside. So based on that theory, I am still going to need the bottom piece off of here, right, and the bottom piece off of here. If I put them together and I basically cut that off carefully, maybe with a Dremel or something, I could then possibly smooth it off around the edges, put the buttons back in there, and maybe glue that onto the bottom of there. We'll see. I'll have a think about that. Not too sure. So I'm gonna stop recording this for now, pick this back up again tomorrow while I have a chance to think about what I'm going to do with regards to the electrics, because I can put the controls in there like that and cut some of that out. That's not a problem as well. So yeah, basically. So I'm gonna start putting this back together, and pick this back up tomorrow. So guys, I've decided that this is going to be a 2-part series, and this will be part 1. So hopefully in the next couple of days part 2 will be uploaded. That will then give me a couple of days to kind of find out what I can do in regards to the battery scenario, and whether that 3.7 volt battery in the Garmin SatNav will be okay and will be sufficient to be used as the dash cam battery. Because I know that's not going to work without a backup battery, so I need to get something sorted for that. So basically, where do we go from here? Part 2 will be me putting it back together and making it into my dash cam setup. So that will be uploaded as soon as possible. And the reason I say as soon as possible is because this is a little sideline project, and I will be more focused on car repairs. And going on to the car repairs side of things, if you want to know what I do throughout the day in regards to car repairs, you can follow me on Instagram. That is the ZX Guy, same as my YouTube name. And I'll put sneak peeks of what I'm getting up to throughout the day. And I'll say what I'm getting up to throughout the day. That is based on car repairs though, that one. And the reason I say that is because where I say this is a little sideline project, it's actually dark outside. It's only light because I've got the outside light on as well. But so that's why this is a sideline project in the shed when I'm a bit bored, but it's a bit too dark and a bit too cold outside. So I'll stop yabbering, and I will say, if you like my content, give us a thumbs up. If you've got any questions in regards to anything I do on the channel, or just any questions in at all, chuck us a comment. And if you like, subscribe and share, don't forget to ring the bell icon so you get all the notifications of everything I upload. And yes, I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And like I say, part 2 will come up very, very soon, I hope. Bye for now, guys.